It is just turning the top of the hour. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm Nichole Berlie here at our NewsNation headquarters in Chicago. And we are following major news out of the Middle East right now. Israeli airstrikes in Beirut are escalating, but it comes as Israeli leaders are considering whether to accept a U.S. brokered ceasefire with Hezbollah. That deal would bring to an end, at least temporarily, months of fighting, which have killed more than 3,000 people in Lebanon. Let's get right out to NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live for us at the White House. And Joe, we are waiting to hear from Prime Minister Netanyahu. He's expected to speak at any moment, but what are you learning so far?
Yeah, so he's expected to speak to address his country. Mind you, it is about 8 o'clock in the evening in Israel, local time there. So he's meeting, as we understand it now, with members of his own cabinet as they're going over what is a proposed peace deal that's on the table. Here's what we know about this. This peace deal was brokered by, in part, the United States and diplomats from France. This would end the fighting between Hezbollah and Israel for now. Whether this deal is going to be taken up, again, we do not know. As we're waiting to hear from Prime Minister Netanyahu in Israel, we will know a lot more momentarily whenever he comes out and gives his assessment. What we can tell you, though, is that as this peace deal is being discussed, at the same time, Israel has continued to hammer Beirut, Lebanon's capital city, with several strikes, and you're seeing some here. This is all today. So this peace deal did not just come about in the last 12 hours or so. It has been on the table. It has been being discussed over the last few days. And at the same time, you've got the continuing bombing here campaign. So what both sides are actually doing seems to be counter to negotiating a peace deal. Nonetheless, that is the position that we're in. Now, if past is prologue, you don't want to get ahead of your skis here because there have been several proposed ceasefire agreements in the past when it came to the situation in Gaza as well, between Hamas and between Israel. And it appeared as though the American side was very optimistic several times, all the way up to the finish line. And then we heard that for whatever reason, the deal would fall through. So nobody at this point is saying that anything is accomplished until there are signatures on pieces of paper. And this is, in fact, a done deal. Again, we're going to wait to see what all sides have to say publicly about this, Nichole. And hopefully, for the sake of peace, that's what we end up having. But, you know, we have to see what the leaders here are considering.
Absolutely. Joe, we have heard from Antony Blinken. Let's listen to what he said just moments ago.
Yeah. We're in the final stages of securing a ceasefire agreement for Lebanon. We're not there yet, but I believe we are in the final stages. Hamas will know that it can't count on other fronts opening up in the war. So we're tracking this very closely, and I hope and believe that we can get this over the finish line.
All right, so that those words coming from Antony Blinken just moments ago. Joe Khalil, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.